It is beautiful.
I used to wash away my cares and pain in this pond. Would it be all right if I...
Of course.
As a young girl, when the Christians cleared the forests of Druids, I fled and stumbled on this spot. How would I survive? My friends, the world I knew. Soon, I turned to the children of Danu. At first, they pledged simply to keep the old ways alive. Then, one by one, Druids turned to dark rituals.
Then they turned to worse.
Yes, even murder. I disavowed the children, and now pray for their destruction.
The High Druids spoke of some sort of awful might.
Fantasies, an ancient fable of a people long lost. The Druids are now dispersed without a champion.
You have King Flann.
My hopes are placed in him, but am I a fool? He has no deep love of the past. He hopes to build a new Ireland. He pledges that my people will be part of it. But once he's king, storms will come. I cannot know where he will take refuge.
You are no fool.
You and I have been through much together. We came near death. I would like to celebrate life.
Is this why you brought me to this place?
'Tis a lovely glen. Perhaps we could pass some time here.
With you.
Aye. Lovely. Lovely indeed.
Eivor, I have you and Ciara to thank for curing my men. Even if the source of this succor does not sit easily with me.
Not all Druids are your enemies, Lord. It is the children of Danu who attacked you.
Ciara has told me of this Druid cult. They are no great threat if they must strike from the shadows.
Perhaps they only sought to sow doubt among their enemies, and the friends of their enemies.
I regret my earlier distrust, but I've seen too much Irish blood spilt by Danes to give trust easily.
I know what it is to be bloodbound, Lord. It burns so bright it can blind to all else.
So, King, if Alach is the prize, how do you mean to take it? The ring fort there is the strongest in all the lands.
Yet the kings of Alach dwell outside its protection, foolishly leaving themselves vulnerable.
Still, that's a long march over uncertain soil. Your army will be exposed to forces unknown.
Abaddon has offered land at Clare, where our army will make camp. From there, we move on to Alec.
This just arrived. The kings of Alach want to talk peace.
They surrender before you touch their soil? I know those who would die for such a reputation.
I don't like it. The wording is vague. Asking much and promising little.
What's the harm in hearing them out? If we start with the sword, we have nowhere else to go. They know me, they'll listen.
You would speak for me.
If you would honor me with your trust.
Do you have an opinion, Eivor? Or will you simply side with your cousin?
My cousin gives wise counsel. You lose nothing but time. And if talking fails, answer with steel.
Time marches more quickly when you have an army to keep fit and fed. But I will consider your words. My life has been one of warfare, plots and intrigue. I have never known the trust of a brother, and do not give mine over easily. Bareth MacIver, King of Dublin, I hereby authorize you to speak for me, Flann Sinna, High King of Ireland and all of her people.
I will honor the faith you have placed in me, my king.
Do I have your blessing to accompany Barith, King Flann?
I'll not waste our time on formalities, Eivor. But you'll not be going with Bareth. I need you elsewhere.
Tell me where.
You must build up some goodwill among the northern Aenale, as you've done for other kingdoms. Ciara will provide the details at the pigeon coops.
I will earn you their favor, Lord, for the trust you've shown my cousin. We need to row our way out.
Sail out!
Hey! Can't do this alone.
Plunder here!
Help me out here! Hey, come here! Give me a hand! A good haul. Let's go. Halfway there. Run up the sail! Bring the sail in!
Hey, hold on you!
The guards here are vigilant. Done nonetheless. That will have earned King Florence his reward. I'd best go see him at court. Let the sail out!
God has heard my prayers.
You flatter me, Lord. But what's wrong? Where's Barith?
He's not returned. Nor have two messengers sent after him.
This cannot be simple misfortune. It hints at some dark design.
Do you wish you'd taken up Eivor's offer earlier?
Aye. We may have lost 3 souls for not giving it more serious consideration.
Let me go after him, Lord. If he lives, I will find him.
Even with your cunning and guile, you would not go unchallenged. Not without a king's pass, and few Vikings have those.
I'd wager a few from Donegal do.
Donegal? A Norse settlement?
A port on the western shore. A fair bit of their trade finds its way to Aljach, so someone there is bound to have a pass.
Is this port well guarded?
It's crawling with Norsemen grown lazy on success. They'd not expect someone to go Viking on them.
Good. I'll go to Donegal now and get one of these passes. With your leave, Lord.
If it means fewer lives lost, you have my blessing.
To send these sun-bleached bones to the bottom of the sea? Do you have the courage to face one thrice cursed by fate?
Salt-licked soldier. You've lived here for some time.
I call to Njord, Lord of the Sea, till my throat bleeds with grief. But he only sends fish and other things to sustain me. And now you have come.
Why do you complain to Njord like this? And what has it to do with me?
I scorned the gods, and was pitched into the sea for my arrogance. Thorgest thought me dead, and sailed off into legend.
The old king of Dublin. That Thorgest.
Send me down into Njord's cold embrace. I can't simply give myself to the waves. Will you give me an honorable death?
You will sleep with sea serpents this night.
I will not make this easy. I must earn this death. I pledge this death to Njord.
Your death.
Whoever falls first. You must cut deeper. I was strongest, strongest. It is like when I fought at Thorgest's side. This is my day. Do not let me down. Fisher once told me I would find peace near the sea. Yet no, another sad survivor of Thorgest's crew still walks.
These Norse Gales have grown fat and dull. Give them a real raid while I hunt down a King's Pass. If there are any King's Passes to be had, I may well find one here. through Allah's gates.
Hey, come here a moment! Come, we've outstayed our welcome.
Can't raise the sail here. An impressive fortress. One cannot help but wonder what's within. Now to see how they treat someone with a king's pass. My pass won't get me into that ring fort. I'll need to find another way.
What business have you here?
The business of kings. Here's my pass.
Go on, then.
Who are you to come before the kings of Ilar unannounced?
Fergal. You're not Fergal. I don't know you.
I am Sturm of Donegal. Who's Fergal?
The King of Dublin speaks of a cousin who advised us for a time. A glorified goat herder who should have taken our advice. So, Sturm, what brings a Viking from Donegal here?
You tell me. I came at your invitation.
There's some mistake. I sent no such message. It wasn't me. It could have been you-know-who. But he hates Vikings. Forgive my brother's bluntness. We will get to the root of this, I assure you. Can I offer you a drink?
Yes? More drink? I haven't seen the bottom of my cup since I got here. If I wasn't a trusting man, I'd say they're trying to keep me drunk.
No drink for me. I'll return when you have finished your king's business.
If it's not drink you're wanting, you should take a tour of the ring fort. It's renowned throughout the land.
As we've told you several times, King Barda, the ring fort of Valhalla is not open to guests. In fact, you could even say that it's closed for a select few.
Ah, so you're keeping prisoners there. Oh, have a drink, you two. Do you think I haven't taken a few hostages myself?
I'll seek out a place to rest until you remember why I was summoned here.
Of course, of course. Your pass will grant you free run of this place.
If you see Fergal, say hello for me.
For the last time, Barrett, the ring fort is off limits.
If I read Barrett right, freeing Fergal will be key to liberating Allah. And to do that, I need to get inside that fort. Let's see you, old friend. This is the right key.
Ah, my friend, you have my thanks. Hey, you're Ava, right? You served King Barry. We were meant to check on the king and report back, but soldiers grabbed us and threw us in here.
I'll let you out. Return to King Flann if you can. Is there someone here named Fergal?
I am he. Who wants to know, Viking?
I serve Barid Makiva and King Flann Shinna. They offer you freedom.
Join us, cousin. We've been having a grand old time, the kings and I.
It's the abbot who's turned this place into a prison. He's taken hostages from all the families to control all of Ireland. Shut your gab, Domhnall. Owen would kill you if you talk too much. And Flann will kill us if we don't. It's like Domhnall said. It was Owen. He told us to delay whoever came until...
Until what?
Until the abbot can move his forces in.
How many men? How many?
We don't know. No one does. He has some companies at Armagh, more men than he lets on. That's all I know.
Left to my cousin, you'd both be puddles of blood and guts. But King Flann might spare your heads. You'll be treated as hostages, not prisoners, until your king decides what to do with you. Now, think on your sins. It'll be easier in the end to let them keep their crowns, but they don't need to know that yet.
Flann must learn of this trap.
I've already sent messengers telling him to pull his army back. I wasn't going to sit on my arse waiting for you.
I'm impressed.
Don't be. It took days of drinking that swill before Neil finally grew bored and careless.
You have outdone yourself. I'll be sure to let the king know who the real hero was today.
Thanks to you, cousin. Make sure that message reached Flann and I'll join you all later. May Sol and Mauni guide ye.